Hi guys, welcome back, and in today's video of Q4FY25 result update, we are going to be talking about Sky Gold and Diamond, and we will see how the company has done and how does the entire FY26 look like, or is there any problems that is occurring in this company. Okay. So first of all, when you talk about result over here, by the way, if you guys want to understand, if you're new to the channel over here, and if you want to understand the entire business model of Sky Gold, head over to my YouTube channel, Business Analysis Playlist, and you'll find it over there. Okay. So for now, when you talk about the Q4 FY25 update or Pura Saal update, we knew one thing was, according to the guidance given by the management, they were supposed to reach a targeted sales or a total sales for full year of 3,500 crore and 3,600 crore, somewhere in that range, and they were targeting a PAT margin of 3.5% for the full year. Okay. Now, अगर आप देखते हो sales, it has been in that range. If you look at the total sales, it is 3,550 crore. If you look at the sales on a Q4 basis, it grew by 106%, and if you look at on a year-on-year basis, 103%. Similarly, PAT also has grown multifold. If you look at a PAT on a Q4 basis, it grew by 180%, and if you look on a year-on-year basis, that is full year, it grew by 275%. Now, I do understand there is an other income portion over here in the profitability, which adds directly over here, because पूरा साल का अगर आप देखते हो, there is a 32 crore का other income. Now, this 32 crore का other income, where did it come from? As you know, in Q2 of this year, that is in Q2 and Q3 of this year, they had liquidated some shares. Okay, उनका HDFC Bank का they had a lot of shares in there. As a company, they had shares. They liquidated it. Why did they do so? As you remember, Sky Gold this year, they wanted to shift. Earlier, for this gold, what they used to do was they used to take loan from the bank for working capital requirements, and they used to purchase gold. Now, when you take loan in terms of cash, now what will happen? Loan in terms of cash, अगर आप देखते हो, interest rate is 9%, ठीक है. But अगर आप gold metal loan लेते हो, the interest rate is 3.5%. So आपका 5% का interest rate is reduced. If the interest rate is reduced, finance cost is less. If finance cost is less, then आगे जाके आपका PAT margin और भी बढ़ सकता है, ठीक है. It is advantageous for you. Now, if you have to go for GML loan, अगर आप gold metal loan में जाते हो, you have to keep something as collateral, ठीक है. And उन्होंने क्या सोचा? Let me liquidate these shares, keep it in FD, and use that money as collateral in order to get my GML, ठीक है. This was the entire plan, and that is where this 32 crore का other income came from, ठीक है. Now, even if I remove this 32 crore का other income from the PAT, you will see last year का PAT was 40. Last year भी I think around 3.5 crore का other income था. So roughly you can tell, I think 37 was last year का PAT, and this year if I remove 32 crore का other income, the PAT is somewhere around 100 crore. That is still a great, right? More than 100% आपका operating profitability growth. That also shows you without other income also there is immense amount of क्या operating leverage है यहाँ पे, ठीक है. So that is it. Now, when you talk about other than that, the most important thing over here is volume growth, because when you talk about a B2B company, right? Okay, B2C company में क्या होता है, they get a little bit of value growth also over there, because इतना सारा making charges होते हैं, SS charges होते हैं, wastage होते हैं, that and this. For a B2C company क्या होता है, along with volume growth they get value growth also. Unlike a B2B company, it is pure volume game, ठीक है. यहाँ पे volumes में ज़्यादा focus है compared to value when you relatively compare it to a B2C business. Now, if you look at volume growth also, again, why does it become important? The target by FY27 for Sky Gold is to reach 1 ton per month, ठीक है. That is the target that they have, or 900 kgs. इस साल अगर आप देखते हो, the volume they have reached is, as of Q4, every month they were doing 460 kgs in terms of gold. Last time in Q4 of FY24, they were doing around 300 kgs of gold. 300 kgs of gold per month. I'm not telling पूरा साल का, per month, to this time 460 kgs of gold per month. That is 160% in terms of 160 में बोल रही, sorry, 53% in terms of volume growth, ठीक है. So again, fantastic set in terms of sales, in terms of leverage, in terms of EPS, in terms of आपका margins भी देख तो EBITDA margin has improved, PAT margin has improved. You see that the volume growth is there. Every little thing that you have to look at the income statement and go tick tick tick, everything is solid, ठीक है. But here is the thing, how is the FY26 looking like, and is there any problems? Because one thing that you see, if you read across all the con calls in the B2C का B2C players, अगर आप देखते हो कल्याण, सेनको, टाइटल, वन थिंग दैट इज देयर इज कि लाइक जो भी ओकेशन बेस्ड ज्वेलरी इट इज है वहाँ पे देर इज नो प्रॉब्लम इन टर्म्स ऑफ डिमांड इरेस्पेक्टिव ऑफ प्राइस बढ़ रहा है, राइट, बिकॉज वीव सीन राइट देर हैज बीन अ 30% इंक्रीज इन गोल्ड का प्राइस, ठीक है, सो देर इज नो प्रॉब्लम ओवर देयर इन टर्म्स ऑफ ओकेशन बेस्ड ज्वेलरी इरेस्पेक्टिव ऑफ प्राइस इंक्रीज इन गोल्ड, ठीक है, बट ये डेली वेयर ज्वेलरी में a little bit there is a delay in purchase. This is one problem we saw between Q3 and Q4 का result, ठीक है, because gold का price rose by 30%. The other problem that we saw is because इस गोल्ड का प्राइस रोज 30%, ठीक है, ये गोल्ड मेटल लोन में थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम होने लगा. सो अर्लियर लाइक आई टोल्ड यू गोल्ड मेटल लोन का इंटरेस्ट था 3.5%. नाउ सिंस द प्राइस ऑफ द गोल्ड इज इंक्रीजिंग, यहाँ पे इंटरेस्ट रेट भी, ओके, सो वेन एवर यू हैव टू गेट दिस गोल्ड मेटल लोन यू हैव टू कीप अ सर्टेन अमाउंट ऑफ कोलैटरल, वट एवर द अमाउंट ऑफ गोल्ड यू आर गेटिंग दिस इक्वल अमाउंट आई थिंक यू हैव टू कीप एज कोलैटरल. नाउ अगर आपका गोल्ड का रेट बढ़ रहा है, नाउ लेट्स से फॉर 1 kg ऑफ गोल्ड अर्लियर, जस्ट एन एग्जाम्पल मैं दे रही हूँ, 1 kg ऑफ गोल्ड इफ यू पेइंग 100 रुपीज, नाउ अभी 1 kg ऑफ गोल्ड का है 130 रुपीज, सो द इक्वल अमाउंट ऑफ दी एफडी में जो आप कोलैटरल जैसा पैसा रख रहे हो वो ज्यादा हो जाएगा, वरना आपको इंटरेस्ट ज्यादा देना पड़ेगा, राइट, इन ऑर्डर टू बैलेंस रिस्क ओवर हियर. सो क्या हुआ यहाँ पे जीएमएल का रेट बढ़ने लगा 3.5 से, आई बिलीव जीएमएल का रेट हैड गॉन अप टू 5%, ठीक है. सो अगेन यू विल सी all the B2C jewelry companies earlier the same gold metal loan which was so great, so advantage में था उनके लिए, now the same gold metal loan has backfired, okay, and you will see people are reducing this gold metal loan का exposure. Now why does this become important to Sky Gold is because this entire year the reason इनका यहाँ पे पैट मार्जिन बढ़ने वाला था, the reason Sky Gold was so bullish in terms of कि like हमारा पैट मार्जिन बढ़ने वाला है because they wanted to move from taking loan as cash का loan to gold metal loan, and they wanted to do so, they wanted to shift to 80% of GML in the coming years. I think this year the target was somewhere between 50 to 60%. I'll have to go back to the number and check, but majority they wanted to move to gold metal loan, ये उनका टारगेट था. Now obviously अगर गोल्ड मेटल का इंटरेस्ट रेट बढ़ता है देन स्काई गोल्ड का भी मार्जिन पे यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा इफेक्ट होगा. अगर मार्जिन पे इफेक्ट होगा तो आगे जाके शायद ईपीएस ग्रोथ में प्रॉब्लम हो सकते हैं, ऑपरेटिंग लेवरेज ना मिले. बट fortunately it's been a very it's been ulta, these people have reduced their exposure to gold metal loan, right, as of Q4 gold metal loan का exposure was hardly 20%, okay, and they're telling के लिए Q1 में भी 20% ही होगा उनका जो gold metal loan का exposure है. If I read it right, if I'm not wrong, yeah, if I read it right, yeah, gold metal loan would be somewhere around 15 to 20%, even in the upcoming quarters, and शायद जाके once अभी now the gold metal loan का interest rate is stabilized, maybe not, it's not as good as it used to be in the same time last quarter, but it has, and maybe in a couple of quarters, maybe in Q3 and Q4 gold metal loan could go back to that 3% kind of interest rate, and when that happens they will shift to 80 to 85% का gold metal this year when that happens. But as of now the same gold metal loan उनका कोई भी चिंता नहीं है, they are absolutely fine. In fact they have appointed a new person over here in order to deal with this gold metal loan. Apparently this guy has around 20 to 30 years of experience. I do not remember the name of the guy, but they have appointed some senior guy over here to deal, and he has good relationship with banking. Now other than gold metal loan, what they're doing is they're also venturing into a new model यहाँ पे. Now what they're doing is they're taking advanced gold, ठीक है. So advanced gold as of this FY26 they're targeting somewhere as of I think FY25 it was just 5% if I'm not wrong, advanced gold, and in Q1 in this FY26 it should be around 7.5%, and going forward it will be 10%, and in FY27 or 28 it should be 30% from of the inventory advanced gold, ठीक है. And this is what they are planning to do and if they are going to be using their own gold आगे जाके to do so for the manufacturers to manufacture, then वहाँ पे थोड़ा premium pricing वो रखेंगे, ठीक है. And अभी क्या हो चुका है, actually I'll tell you guys one thing, if anybody if you have the time, do listen to the Sky Gold con call the first 15 minutes, because I have been tracking this company for quite a long time and I've never seen the company give such I think this is the first quarter where the first time they gave I think such a detailed explanation was when they first announced that 5,000 crore ka guidance by FY27 way long back, and this is the first time they came I think in the last 1 year or 1.5 year they spoke in length. I think the first 15 to 18 minutes of the con call jo aaj hua, the company just gave a detailed explanation, whatever the questions the analyst could ask before they could ask, these people gave a detailed explanation of what they are planning, what they're doing, why are they so bullish in terms of whatever is happening, ठीक है. And I'll tell you this also in my experience, whenever a problem occurs in an industry, right, It is a B2C player who will have this little bit of थोड़ा उसको marginal safety मिलता है. It is a B2B player, it gets impacted the most. But for the first time what I'm seeing ना उल्टा is happening. B2B player जो है ना again not every B2B player, the only B2B player who is so bullish, who is unscathed by what is happening is probably Sky Gold, जो आके इस environment में भी FY27 का sales और guidance जो है, sales का guidance and margin का guidance जो है, they are increasing. And you will see the other people that are there, even in B2C players, they are a little bit conservative in terms of guidance and everything, and these people are just like so confident and everything, and they were continuously telling कि like the number one player जो है, apparently there is one player here in the B2B manufacturing who is doing 2.5 to 3 tons per month. Okay, they are an unlisted player. I think this is a jeweler based out of Jaipur. It starts from D, the name I don't remember, but I think it is them. And they're telling like we will be able to compete with them in the next 3 years, and we plan to overtake them also, and be the biggest jewelry manufacturer in India. And that is a thing. And यहाँ पर भी also in terms of the fact that अभी उनका बड़ा plant है, they have a better design capability team. Earlier they were only doing lightweight jewelries, अभी advanced jewelry कर रहा है. The scale has improved for them, the efficiency has improved. Now what they can do is they have a bargaining power over the customer. Earlier the customer had a bargaining power, had an upper hand. Now these people do, okay? And that is why they are so confident about achieving the sales and the margins that they have guided for, okay? Other than that, if you look what else are there is other than that क्या है, अगर आप देखते हो GML advance loan export के बारे में, as of FY25 export contributes 8% to the total revenue, ठीक है? Going forward this will increase. I think they plan to take it up to 30% in FY29, probably around 30% of the total revenue. Recently they have also opened an office in Dubai, a sales office open किया है Dubai, so they can cater to a lot of customer in the Middle East and in Malaysia and in that region. Along with that, the other reason why they opened up this office in Dubai is apparently the gold that you get in India is of a higher price compared to the gold that you get in Dubai. Because Dubai में क्या होता है, gold comes from everywhere in the world to Dubai, ठीक है? Like they have a lot of options. So क्या होता है वहाँ पे probably 10 the difference in terms of price per kg of gold, probably there is a difference of $10 to $15, ठीक है? So what they're planning to do is they will open a subsidiary in Dubai. They've already opened up office. So from here they will get the gold. This gold will be transported to their Bombay ka manufacturing plant, where all the designs will be done, and from there it will be exported. Now doing so, what will happen is this $10 to $15 they will be able to save. Now they can also pass it on to the consumer, and they can give better rate to their clients. And I know a very common question that can come over here is taxation ka thing. Apparently it this is how it works. Taxation ka koi problem nahi hai, because taxing is done in India, and the making charges for the gold manufacturing is done in India. It is built in India in the Bombay plant, so it shouldn't affect them also. So this will again further increase the margins over here. It will give them better working capital days, better better efficiency in terms of in terms of cycle, and going forward again, whenever this happens, they've also told when this starts and takes on full scale, it will be in FY27. You can also see हमारा cash flows जो है, it will be positive. We have to wait until FY27, ठीक है? Other than that, if you see उनका जो capex है, see as of now, you remember, right? I think a year and a half ago, I believe, right? They moved from they moved to this new current plant that is there in Navi Mumbai. Earlier I believe they had a capacity of hardly 250 kgs per month, 250 or 350 kgs per month they had. Now with the new plant, currently wherever they are in Navi Mumbai, the gold, the manufacturing capacity is 1 ton per month, ठीक है? And that is what they're planning to target now by FY27, 900 kgs per month. Now they're telling इतना demand है, they have opened up, they have already got a plant, they've got a building over here, and they plan to start this, start capex over here. इसका और भी details जो है, it will come in Q1. They are like June का quarter में, when we give out the Q1 result, we'll give you a full plan कि like क्या capex करने वाले हैं, when can we reach a complete utilization over here, कितना लगेगा इसमें पैसा, everything they'll give a detailed explanation. But with this plant, they can reach 4.5 tons per month. I hope you can understand the scale. In FY27, they will be reaching 1 ton per month. And when this plant that is there, it starts being operationalized at full capacity, the new plant, that can help them reach 4.5 tons per month. I mean, do the math. 1 ton say 4.5 tons per month. Earlier they were doing 250 to 350 kgs per month, 250 kgs per month. Wahan se 1 ton in 3 years, and from 1 ton they're going to be reaching 4.5 tons. I mean, it's so beautiful, to see the journey of a business and to see the kind of scale that the business is doing. I don't know if you can appreciate it the way that I do. I don't know if you're able to resonate with me, but it's really beautiful, to see a company grow in front of your eyes. I would say I don't have a child or anything, but I have a niece, and it's similar to seeing that, a child grow. It's just a wonderful journey to see. Okay, so yahi hai, and the capex for this should start, and in FY28 apparently it is supposed to be be operationalized. So that is what they're telling it. But is plant ka jo bhi hai, everything we will get to know, in the upcoming quarter, that is in Q1. They told they will give all the details. ठीक है. Now last बात करते हैं in terms of guidance. Again they have increased the guidance, but not by a huge amount. ठीक है. As you remember, earlier guidance was 5,000 crore by FY27. Then they told 6,300 crore by FY27. Q3 में आके बोला था we will do 7,200 या 7,300 crore by FY27. Now they're telling that they will do 7,600 crore by FY27. But a huge turning point over here is, earlier it was 7,300 crore by FY27 and the PAT margin was 3.5 to 4%. अभी बोल रहा है 7,600 crores by FY27 and PAT margin will reach 4.5%. Why will this PAT margin reach 4.5%? Like I told you, ये दुबई का चक्कर है, better efficiency, better scale, all of these things, and they're doing a lot more designs right now. Earlier designs were very limited. Now plethora of design is coming. I'm pretty sure going forward, ये लोग अभी तो lab grown diamonds कर रहे हैं, normal diamonds कर रहे हैं, everything they're doing normal natural diamonds. I'm pretty sure going forward ना ये लोग वो antique jewelry that is there, right? The क्या बोलते हैं वो temple jewelry that is there, the antique jewelry, they will start doing that also. ठीक है. So probably it could be, right? I mean, why not? So they might doing that also, and you look at their clientele list also now, like pura ka pura, I mean, any listed player, unlisted player, they're catering to that. I mean, it's great. I think the only player they're not catering to is Tanishq. Titan का portfolio में अभी तक सिर्फ कैरेट लेने. I think Tanishq is the only one. If they can onboard Tanishq, I think that would that would be great. Then it would be like सबको, like Sky Gold is बाप. ज्वेलरी कोई भी देश में ज्वेलरी मैन्युफैक्चर कर रहे हो, Sky Gold के पास जाओ. So that is the thing. So like I told you, the guidance is again increased, but not by a huge amount. But a huge difference over here is PAT margin. 4 से बोला था अभी 4.5 करेगा. ठीक है. So if you take in FY26 में the sales guidance is 5,400 to 5,500 crore and a PAT margin of around 4%. ठीक है. That is what they're guiding for. So if you take a PAT margin of 4%, the PAT growth will be 216 crore, which is a 50% growth in PAT if I take the other income का base in this year. ठीक है. And good sales growth only. If you take in FY27 का 7,600 crore, and if I take 1 year forward P, it would be 26. अगर मैं 2 साल forward P लेती हूँ, it is 16P. So somebody can look at today as of now and call it expensive. Somebody can look 1 year forward P and call it moderately cheap, and someone can look at 2 year का forward P and call it extremely cheap. So now you understand why valuation is subjective. Somebody can have a 2 year view, somebody can have a 1 year view, somebody might look at today and might not see the possibility or the future of the company also. ठीक है. So all of this is there. So that is why I would say valuation is subjective. Now obviously over here क्या होगा, over the period of time, as they improve the scale, as they increase the business, यहाँ पे base बढ़ता जाएगा. जब base बढ़ता जाएगा, the same base will become an enemy. Pace of growth कम होता जाएगा. You will also see, I think Sky Gold is a beautiful example of, पहले it was a low growth, low P engine. Then slowly it became low P, high growth. Now it is at a place वहाँ पे, it is in between that low P, high growth, and high growth, high P. And similarly over a period of time, I believe in FY27, FY28, it would be, It could either be high PE, high growth, or high PE and low growth. It can move into that case also among the 4 cases. So it's up to you how you would infer whether it is expensive or cheap. ठीक है. Other than that, the last point मैं बोलती हूँ receivables का है. You will see that the receivables is high. Again, the receivable is high because you will see that Akshaya Tritiya was preponed. So इसके लिए अगर आप देखते हो, there was a lot of order placed. And what they also did was, they gave extra 17 days of credit to whoever the B2C player they're catering to, their clients, because of the rise in gold prices and everything. They wanted to give them the comfort. Okay, that is the reason. And see, another thing over here, cash flows don't be रट्टा मार के यहाँ पे मत आओ in the market. ठीक है, because ultimately think about it, small company है, capex कर रहा है, इतना that to commodity में खेल रहा है, B2B है, result in margins है, they are planning to grow by 100%, 2 साल में बोल रहे revenue को double करेगा. Where do you think the capital will come from at the end of the day? You tell me, right? If you have cash tomorrow in the FT, what will you do? I mean, and you need why would a company keep money in its money lying around if it can use that same money to fund its own growth? Okay, so what is the problem over here? That is the thing. And get the investment checklist workshop, because if you want to understand when cash flows being positive and when receivables being high is a good deal, and when receivables being bad high is a bad deal. Okay, so that's that. Overall a great. Oh, by the way, this guidance that I gave ना, यहाँ पे 7,600 करोड़ होने वाले हैं, that does not include the recent acquisition they have done. As you know, they have done an acquisition of Ghana and Gold, which is a company, a छोटा सा company है that makes bangles. Okay, so they have not included this Ghana and Gold ka, whatever the revenue will come starting from the upcoming year, they haven't added that to the guidance because abhi bhi deal finalized nahi hua hai, like it's not completely done yet. That is what. So probably again there is a slight chance again thoda aur bhi guidance बढ़ सकता है because of this Ghana and Gold ka acquisition की वजह से. ठीक है, so that's that with this entire entire Sky Gold. Great company, really great update. Everything is awesome. I don't think there is one little thing over here you can point fingers and tell कि ये गलत है. ठीक है, and I would suggest everyone, it doesn't matter if you invest here or don't invest, but make sure you're catching up with the con call, just the 15 minutes of the con call to understand what it means to give clarity to your shareholders, to your analysts who are coming to your call. I really appreciate that, the 3 Chauhan brothers that are there, really great. Okay, so that's it about Sky Gold. We will do another video where we will compare all the B2B players. मैं कल ही बनाऊंगी उसका. Tomorrow I'll cover the entire jewelry sector, because by now everybody's result has come. We will do 2 videos. One will be the B2B sector, where we talk about all the companies and we'll put them in a race, in a competition, and we will rank the players based on the race. And similarly we will also do for B2C companies, and we will put them in a race, and we will discuss about it. Okay, so we will do that tomorrow. Okay, overall great update from Sky Gold. And and finally one thing, as you all know, we are coming up with a workshop on 7th of June that shows you how to do portfolio allocation, how do you add a stock, how do you cut a stock, what are the changes I am doing in my portfolio, what I have done throughout this year, what made me buy a stock, what made me sell a stock, and in this FY25 what are the stocks that I'm entering into. So all of this will be discussed in that workshop. And if you haven't registered until now, make sure you do register. I'm going to be giving the link in the comment section as well as in the description box. And we have a limited number of seats, and as you all know, the recording of the workshop, the price will be more compared to that of the live workshop. Okay, that's that for today's video, and see you. Bye.